Welcome to Monday Jazz and Conversation, presented by a collaboration of 4 nonprofit organizations: Gold Coast Jazz Society, South Florida Jazz, Sunshine Jazz Organization, and the Miami Jazz Cooperative, all of whom are dedicated to bringing jazz to South Florida audiences. Each Monday, Wendy Peterson and Nikki Yorta feature the music and talk to the country's most talented and interesting jazz musicians.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome John Fedchuk to the hang.
Hi, everybody. Great to be here.
The amazing and beautiful and the world's best person, Brenda Alford.
Hi, Brenda.
Live up to that.
Okay, I got some living to do.
Please welcome to Jazz and Conversation the amazing Joe Donato. Joey D.
Hello.
How are you? I'm so
Good evening,
sad
ladies and
that
gentlemen.
we
This
gave
is
you
Ralph
stress.
Edwards, and tonight it's Joe Donato. This is your life.
And now, the hosts of Monday Jazz and Conversation, Wendy Peterson and Nikki Yorta.
Good evening.
Hi, everyone.
It's Monday.
It is Monday.
I hope everybody had a great week. It's been quite a roller coaster of a week, but we are here bringing the music like we do every Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Rain, snow, sleet, whatever it is, we are here.
Yep.
We wanted, before we bring in our guests, we wanted to talk to somebody who was honored quite specially this past week. The GEN conference is going on right now, the Jazz Educators Network, and we just found out a couple weeks ago that Jim Gazier, our Jim Gazier, I should say, our Jim Gazier was awarded. He was the very first recipient ever of the Ellis Marsalis Jr. Jazz Educator of the Year Award for 2021.
Nice.
And so we wanted to kind of check in with Jim and talk about what it felt like to find out. Actually, we were rehearsing, so he was at my house when he got the call. It was very exciting. But let's talk to Jim Gazier, and the man of the hour.
Hey, Jim. Welcome.
Hello. I think my first words on that phone call were, "Rick, can I call you back? I'm rehearsing with Wendy." And I think he was like, "No,
You can't, exactly.
not calling you back."
So what does this mean to you?
It means as much as anything that I've ever had the chance to receive on it. Honestly, it means the world to me. I mean, it's the type of thing that I receive and understand that it's directed towards not just playing like a good solo or having a good night or bringing a really good band to New York, and it's directed towards really the past 20 or 21 years that I've been at New World, and that I've had a track record of sticking to it and loving it and not leaving it.
Right.
And so it's a very, 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 very deep honor for me. That's hard to really hard to put into words. But I can say that whenever I really think about it, I'm sort of cheered in a special sort of deeply satisfying way.
And also, it's kind of cool that you've had interactions with the whole Marsalis family, including Ellis. So we have a picture of you with your students, and with Ellis working with your students. Was this just last year?
This was two and a half years ago. So fairly recent. The two students, former students of mine, Catherine Marino in the center and Daniela Jimenez on the right. I believe that they were in their junior year at the time. And if I'm guessing and remembering correctly, that's Catherine Marino playing Body and Soul.
Oh, wow.
For Ellis Marsalis. And I had the opportunity to play with Delfeo Marsalis, which was really wonderful. And I've had the opportunity to to bring my band for Witten to hear him many times. And sort of oddly enough, in 2003 or 2004, I interviewed Branford Marsalis at New World. It was sort of something that was sprung on me literally like very last minute, and it was like, oh, we had this opportunity to have Branford as a guest artist. It wasn't something that I had done at all, but it was done by some of the higher ups at Miami-Dade College, and they decided very last minute to make it like a sort of like a TV show, radio show, interview kind of vibe. And
Right.
I literally the night before I was drafting questions, and the next day I was sitting in a couch and had a 45, 90 degree angle from
Yeah.
Branford and asking him questions in front of the student body. So my first memory of I think of anything Marsalis is the Winton Volume 2 Standard Time, or maybe Volume 3, Resolution of Romance, which is mostly duo and trio recordings with Winton and Ellis, and there's a lot of standards that I learned on that album that I learned and heard for the first time.
Yeah, that's just so cool. I love the fact that you were here when we got the phone call, and so we kind of found out together. That was just very cool. But also I love that that it's named after Ellis, a great piano player and a great educator. And I know that this year has been super hard, with the pandemic and everything, and you haven't really gotten to be, really playing as much as you guys have wanted to, but I can't wait till next year and to hear the band again in live and in person, and maybe get to sing with the band again. Who knows? But
that would be nice too.
But
hopefully we'll come busting out of the gates. I mean, we are working very hard this year and tending to some things in some depth that we've never had a
That's
chance
true.
to do. So there's going to be some sort of weaknesses next year and some kind of different things, but
Other
there's also
strengths.
going to be some strengths too. It's been, I've learned a whole lot teaching this year online.
maybe that's what it could be called, busting out of the gates, or chomping at the bit, or just something that who
I
knows.
like
Anyway, congratulations. We're so proud of you. We love you so much, and we're so happy to claim you
Yes.
as our own.
Congrats.
I'll be claimed.
All right, we will talk to you real soon.
Good night,
Thank
Jim.
you. I'm looking forward to tonight.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Jim Gazier, first ever recipient of the Ellis Marsalis Jr. Teacher of the Year Award.
Oh, yeah?
Yay!
Yeah. Very nice.
Yes, very exciting. Well, now we get to get on with the show, which is we've had him as a kind of mini guest before, but tonight we get to kind of delve further in depth with him. We're going to speak to John Daversa and learn all about what he's been up to. I heard he's been furiously working in the studio and working on some arrangements
Yeah.
and recordings and things. So we'll
He's a
learn.
busy man.
We'll learn all about that, and we know that he has a concert coming up, which we'll also find out about. So let's first hear something. Is this one of the songs that
Yes, this is from his new album, Quarantena. And
I like to say Quarantina because it feels like really.
It does. And maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. I never said that word in
We'll
Spanish
find out.
before. We will.
We'll find out. But anyway, this is we will talk about the concert that's coming up. But it's anyway, we'll tell you the dates and everything. But this is the kind of one of the songs that you can expect to hear. This is called
Oma a la Madre Divina,
Oh.
which I'm sure there's going to be a lot to talk about. All these titles are very intriguing. So,
All right, here we go. John Daversa.
Yeah.
Well, that's just one of the songs you can hear when we see the concert
Yes.
of Quarantena. So let's dig right in, or jump right in, I
Sure.
guess. Let's jump right in and dig up some dirt.
I like it.
Anyway, please welcome John Daversa. Hey, how are you?
Let's dig in and dig up some dirt.
Chomping at the
I'm
bit.
in.
We're
I hope
doing
you're
it.
I hope you're ready to spill to dig up some dirt, because
There's plenty of dirt. Let's get into it.
I'm expecting some tears to be shed.
Hello, Nikki. Hello, Wendy. Thank you so much for having me on today.
It's good to see you
Glad
again.
to be with you.
Yeah.
That
So-
was a beautiful tune. Really
Thank
great.
you. Can I just first say congratulations, Jim Gazier? That is so well deserved.
Yes, I agree.
So well deserved. And I'm so happy for Jim and the band and everyone that he works with. I mean, everyone that knows Jim knows how well deserved that is.
And you guys get so much of the you reap the benefits, like you get so many students
Yeah.
from him, and they're
It's very
well
true.
trained, which is nice. Did you write all this music on this record during the whole period?
No, well, I arranged it all
Okay.
during that time. A lot of the tunes are, so there are 3 songs. So the concept was, let me just introduce
Yeah.
what the concept was, because it's something that I was talking to Gonzalo Rubalcaba about doing a bolero project, because just musically I was really interested in just playing soft and
Okay.
playing something slow and just playing melodies, just almost being a singer in a group, and of course Gonzalo is a lecturer at the Frost School of Music, and so he comes in and we get to hang a little bit, and I was just peppering him with all kinds of questions about bolero,
Okay.
trying to learn, and we were talking about it, and he was telling me how in so many cultures that was just a way that the family would bond together, is through the music of the bolero. And you'd have dinner, and after that you go play some music, you go play some boleros together.
Nice.
And that struck a chord for me because that was the way that it was in my family.
Oh,
I
nice.
mean, we're Italian Americans, but after dinner, my grandmother would fix this huge meal, and then my grandfather would get out the accordion, and my dad would start playing trumpet, and
Wow.
my mom would sing and play flute, and my grandma would be playing percussion, and that was really just a way of connecting with each other, with the family, and so I said, well, Gonzalo, why don't let's do a record of boleros and make it all about family and how it ties together. And we were going to go into the studio, and then the lockdown happened.
Right.
Wow.
And I said, okay, well, we're going to postpone that one. And we got a few months in, and I just thought, we could probably go in the studio. We all are in our own little isolation booths, and it would feel safe. And we all need to play. We all need to
Yeah.
be together
Yeah.
and make music. And so I called everybody individually. Gonzalo was playing, and Daphne Prieto that you saw is playing
Yeah.
drums, and Sammy Figueroa on percussion, and Carlo De Rosa on bass. And so and everybody just wanted to play. And the sense of, what I hear when I hear this record is just everyone's gratitude to get to play with one another.
Right.
'Cause
Absolutely.
these are folks that are playing all the time and touring, and and we recorded it. I think it was the last week of June,
Okay.
and so no one had played together with anybody for 3
Right.
months, and it was
Talk
just
about chomping at the bit, right?
Yeah.
such a sense of gratitude to just
Sure.
be there in that moment and be present. And we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but right now we're doing this.
Yeah.
Right.
So yes, the concept was all about family. So it was an opportunity for me to play. There are 3 of my father's songs on here,
Oh, wow.
and there are the three songs that just have numbers,
Okay.
because he just has a book of songs. It's number 342, number,
Oh my gosh.
and these are songs that I grew up with. The melodies
That's
that were
so
in my
cool.
head since when I learned to play. And I remember I called my dad and I said, would you mind if I played a couple of these tunes, and would you want to title them any differently, if they're going to go on the record? And he said, no, that probably wouldn't be authentic. This one is number 22.
That's
All right.
great.
Wow, I love
All right.
that idea.
So we did 3 of his songs, and there's a song of my paternal grandfather on the record.
Wow.
And I don't even know what the name of it is. I just remember hearing him play it on the accordion. And there's one that my maternal grandfather wrote, called
Wow.
Opus
So
1.
you really are from a musical family.
Yeah, and I asked, Sammy Figueroa's father is the famous bolero singer Charlie Figueroa. And I said, Sammy, do you want to play something for your dad? Is there something that we could do? And so we looked at the Ultimo Suspiro. So we did that for his father, and I had Sammy play an introduction, and
Oh, we'll listen to that later for sure.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then there's a song that I wrote for my wife, that I'd written before that I finally got to realize on this record, and a song that I wrote for my daughter, Hara, and even a song, I told my daughter that we were the concept of the record, and she said, you have to include a song for the dogs. Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Of course, of course.
So there's one on there called Pupitas, and so this was basically the theme of what we were doing.
I love
So it's
it.
a collection of older songs that I then during the time of the lockdown, I had time to actually go in and arrange them really the way that I wanted to, even though it's just a quintet. It's very, very nuanced the way that I wanted
Right.
the arrangements to go. And I actually, for the first time ever in making a record, I actually got a chance to record all the instruments myself, just doing a mock-up,
Okay.
and I
Oh,
played
wow.
the little brushes part really poorly, and I'll just make fun of me later, and play
Of
the bass
course.
part, and play the piano, and so I got a chance to really hear exactly
was-
how I wanted it.
That's excellent. Well, since you brought it up, let's listen to one of these songs from, I guess, this possibly is your father's number 19.
Yes, number 19.
So let's listen to
It's
that
a
one.
beautiful
And
melody.
can't wait to hear this. And it's chock full of lovely photos too of the family. So this is number 19.
Hearing sound. We're not hearing sound of the video, so
Hold on. Let's see if we can.
we will figure this out.
Oh, we will
Maybe.
figure this out. This is a
Looked
first.
great.
It
Oh
was
my
beautiful.
God! I've never seen anything look better.
It was beautiful.
I was hearing it for a second and then it somehow disappeared. So I'm going to
You know,
try
I was
this.
remembering that that's number 19, and then later my mom told me, I think that's number 9.
Oh, is that right?
And then I said, no, Dad told me that's number 19, and then he confirmed, yeah, that's number 9. So that's actually number 9, but don't tell anybody, because it's going to be number 19 forever now.
Okay, I'm going to give this another go.
Just to see.
And let's find out if we're hearing it.
It's
I hear it now.
okay. Number 19.
Very, very nice.
So beautiful.
Isn't that a beautiful song?
Yeah, really beautiful.
So did he write these things out, or is just the melody stayed with you? You're saying
No,
you had a
they're-
book
no,
of
there
they're
was a
written.
book.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's fantastic to be able to have that at your disposal to recreate later.
Do you
Yeah.
do you do the same after dinner music hang at your house after dinner?
Something like that. In our house, my daughter is, we sing together, and she's taking some violin lessons, and she plays the recorder, and she's dancing, and
Oh boy.
Yeah.
so there's always a pickup something going on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's great. I want to talk to you about the concert that's coming up.
Yeah.
So will you guys, well, first of all, we can say when it is. It's this Saturday, January 16th at 8 p.m. How is it exactly going to work?
Well, we're gonna do it all live, together with we joke with each other with Gonzalo Daphnis, Sammy, and Carlo, and I would call ourselves the Broleros.
Okay.
The Broleros are gonna get together. We're gonna play this music really for that. I mean, we got together and played it for that first video that you saw, just a couple tunes live. But this is the first time we're going to play the music live together for a concert.
Wow.
And it'll be live streaming. We're going to do it on the stage of Gusman Hall
Okay.
at University of Miami. And there's going to be a film crew there, and we're going to make it feel as homey and intimate as we possibly can. There's a great crew working the concert, and we're so honored to get to do this with South Florida Jazz. We're opening their series
Yeah.
with these brilliant musicians. So it should feel like, a regular concert. You're just sitting in the front row and sitting at home.
That's the one thing I notice every once in a while. I watch the live streams from Jazz at Lincoln Center, the Dizzy Club, and it's so amazing to me because the sound is always great.
Yeah.
You're getting different camera angles. If you're there, you might have somebody's head in front of you, and I mean the live experience is infinitely. Being in the room is way better, but
No question.
it's so you just really do feel like you're in the room. So that's fantastic. That I'm so happy South Florida Jazz is doing this because
I am too. Everyone's doing their best to just keep on.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
keep creating and keep bringing creativity and imagination and inspiration to the people.
Yeah.
And if we need to do it like this right now, then we'll do it like this right now.
Yeah.
And we're
Gotta
gonna
do what
make
you
the
gotta
best
do.
of it. That's what we're all
Absolutely.
trying to do.
And to me anyway, and I do believe it. Just universally that music is healing no matter what.
Yes, that's why I'm in it.
Positive and
We know.
It's a responsibility. I've certainly felt that. As I've matured as a human being, and evolved, maybe is a better word to use. It's just ongoing. But in terms of music, the music that I make, I feel like every time you make a sound, it disturbs the silence, and it goes
Right.
out in the world as this bubble, and it just ripples forever. It never stops.
Well,
And so whatever
that's-
goes into that bubble, I would like it to be something that is beneficial,
yeah.
or at least be conscious about what I'm putting out there. May it be joy or pain or whatever it is that I'm expressing. I want to be conscious about what I'm putting out there.
Yeah, that sound energy, that I love thinking it like that. It's once it leaves my mouth or your horn or whatever, it just keeps going. It really does. Keeps
Yeah, and it affects a lot more
Resonating.
than your ears.
And it finds like energy, right? And then that's when things kind of manifest. When it slows down, they find each other, and okay, let's see what that looks like.
I think tomorrow I'm gonna have to go out and in my on my patio and just sing or something.
Oh, I hope you do. I'll have my ears listening for it.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Well, so in order to get the tickets for next week, well, yeah, for Saturday, we go online to southfloridajazz.org.
Yes.
And
Yeah, I hope you will too. Not only just for us, but to support the music
Absolutely.
and the series and what they're doing for this this area, the community. It's really more important than ever right now to support the arts.
Absolutely. Amen.
Yeah. So let's take a look at some of the pics from the sessions with your partners in crime.
The Broleros.
Broleros.
The
Yeah.
Broleros.
The Broleros.
Because there's quite a few to go through, and these are all stellar musicians and very, very nice human beings
Yeah.
to be around and to work with. So I'm sure you had the best of both worlds there.
We all look like we're squinting our eyes in the sun there. Either that or
Wow.
we were really tired at the end of the session.
But I'm going to just go through some of these, and let's. There's a couple little nice surprises at the end here. So
Yeah.
all being safe and responsible.
It's Gonzalo and Rubalcaba and Daphnis Prieto and, of course, Sammy Figueroa.
Yes. He's such a card, that guy.
He is funny.
And here's
Yeah.
they look like they were having a pretty good time, John, I gotta say.
We really had a great time. It's one of the most wonderful byproducts from this session is that we all feel like family now. We're all so wonderfully close
Yeah.
through this process, through this experience.
And I was surprised to see that Dana Salmonen did the recording. Good.
He did.
Yeah.
Kudos to him. It sounds so good.
Yeah, it really is beautiful. He's one of my. I love working with him so much. He's one of my favorite. When I see him on a gig, I know things are going to go smoothly.
Yeah, you know it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Now, when I was looking through these, John, I saw Sammy's little video blurb first, and I was scratching my head a little bit. Then I saw Daphnis's after, so I'm assuming that they're related, but I could be wrong. This is, maybe the audience will agree. So here's a little bit of studio time with Daphnis.
Oh, I forgot that was in there.
That's some aggressive
Right.
shaking right there.
So we have that, but of course I saw Sammy's first, so it didn't make sense until I saw Daphnis's. I'm assuming it's related.
Yeah, a little shaker technique.
Oh my God. He's the greatest.
Sammy is, boy, talk
He is
about
the
unique people.
greatest.
Oh, and I ended up this little segment with what I titled Daversa Intense Stare. That was just in case they were having too much fun. I said, guys, we're here to make music.
Get to work. Get busy.
I was probably trying to order the lunch while simultaneously playing at the same time.
Got it.
Oh my goodness.
So how long did it take you to record the whole project?
Quick. You know, we went in, I think we did it in 3 days. We did it three days, 3 full days. And this was, I mean, it's such a simple concept and orchestration. It's really one of those jazz records that I've heard of, you know, where you go in and you just do it and then it's done.
Yeah.
So I love that component of it.
No overdubs and
Yeah. Yeah, it was, you know, it's just a matter of getting the feel right. And once it was there, okay, there it is.
yeah.
We sang the song.
Well, and I know your other records are so there's so much involved. You know, whether it's a big band or orchestra, and so it must have felt just really lovely.
Yeah,
not
it's
to have-
definitely on the other side of so many other projects that I've gotten myself into where it's, you know, 50 to 75 people
Yeah.
involved, and the orchestration is absolutely huge, and there are 12 sessions, and it was really fun to just go in and just do something really simple, but certainly just as deep.
Yeah. Well, it's just a different thing, you know. Yeah, I think there's a time for the complicated and there's a time for the simple, you know, and sometimes you just need that in your life, just this releasing of the music that's inside of you in a very easy way. you
Yeah.
know.
It's usually, you know, I know that after I, you know, did the Kaleidoscope Eyes record, which was
Yeah.
the music of the Beatles, I mean, that was a huge, you know, the choir and the orchestra and all of that. Then the follow up, I did a small band record. That was okay. We're going to do something smaller after that. And then the record before Quarantena was the American Dreamers record, which was
Right.
a crazy amount of logistics.
Yeah.
And so this felt, in a similar way, a good time to look at that duality.
Yeah.
And Rick was asking where to get the CD. I presume it's on your website, yeah?
This one, unfortunately, is only digital. We only did a
Okay.
digital release with this particular record. So you have to use the streaming services or
Got it.
all of those platforms.
All right. Well,
Maybe someday we'll if I feel like there's really a huge demand, we'll print some CDs. But right now we don't have any physical.
Yeah.
okay. Well, they can. I mean, really, the truth of the matter is that it's a select few at this point that want physical CDs. So
Yeah.
it's
Watch
they're doing it.
Watch the concert on Saturday.
Yeah,
there
for
you
sure.
go. That's even better than a CD.
For sure. Yeah, just to get to see the interaction live, and I can't wait. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Let's. You had mentioned Ultimo Suspiro before, and there's a little bit of Sammy talking about what it meant to him.
Oh, yeah.
When you approached him. Let's listen to that and then go right into Ultimo Suspiro.
Sure. Just trying to check and make sure. Somebody said there's no audio again? Okay.
I couldn't
so-
hear it either.
Something
Okay.
must be going on with Google.
Yeah, because we're hearing it in our headphones when we're playing it, so we're just like, oh, it sounds
seems like
great, it's
something
perfect.
is- you know what? Let me try a setting here, and hopefully this will fix the problem. I'm in tech mode, and by all appearances, I'm not panicking.
I wonder if is that true?
As
But
a
let's
cucumber.
cool as a cucumber. Let's see if this will do the trick. I'm hoping that this will do something.
Well, you'll have to let us know as soon as you hear it or don't hear it.
In fact, I'm going to put this on the side, and,
Okay.
and we'll start it all over again, and people will tell me if you're hearing anything, and if not, then you might see me panic.
No. Okay.
Wow. So nothing happening, huh?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, then
What did you do before to get it?
I think there might. I shared the screen, and we're going to try sharing the screen each time. I might have to do this for tonight, so bear with me, folks.
It's always a new adventure.
It is always a new adventure.
I'm just enjoying
let's-
watching you contain your stress levels.
The
I'm
panic.
trying to figure out, okay, is he really that cool? or
I
what's
am,
going
yeah.
on inside?
I'm that cool because I'm assuming that the next thing that I do, we're going to magically hear the sound, which would be a lovely
you go.
thing. And if not, then we'll let Wendy take over while I go into a room in fetal position. Please tell me that you hear. Oh, wait a minute.
I don't
know.
hear, but I don't think it's playing yet.
No, it's not
that's,
playing.
That's not playing. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, hold on. Know any jokes?
Jokes? Yeah, really?
Oh,
No jokes.
I got some that you don't want to hear.
This is we're gonna dig some dirt now. This is what this is for.
No, mine are very popular in the first grade.
Yeah, I have a
That's
couple.
why you don't want to hear them.
Is that your daughter is in the first grade?
She's in the 4th grade now.
Oh, okay.
All right, folks, tell me
So
if
I'm
you
past
hear
my
it.
prime.
Let's see if we hear this.
Home to me is the most important thing because
Yes.
I grew up
Okay.
in a family that was very musical in Puerto Rico. My father was a singer, my aunt was a singer, my uncles are all musicians, so there was always music around my house. John said, "Why don't we do a tune from your father?" And I said, "Wow, really? I'm honored. Let's do L'Ultimo Suspiro." And I said, "Oh, that's a gorgeous tune." I said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" He said, "Absolutely. And you're going to play for him. You're going to do an intro that's for the spirit of your dad." I said, "Oh, this is great." We were doing that and we finished. I said, "Oh my God, man." I could feel his presence hovering, saying thank you. It was pretty emotional last night. I didn't want to say anything, but when I got home and I started crying because it really touched me. After all these years, right, of his death, and I never got to meet him. So if I left tomorrow, I would be the happiest man in the world.
Yeah,
Ooh, beautiful.
very, very nice. Yeah, so Sammy sounded pretty emotional.
It's
Sammy is Sammy's full of life.
Isn't
he
he?
He's
is.
just full of life
Yeah.
and celebrates life in every moment and takes it in. So all those emotions are there, I think, all the time. I've certainly enjoyed getting to know him better and better.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and a marvelous musician and band leader in his own right.
Yeah.
So, hey, do you want to tell us anything about this crazy project that you were involved in recently as I was trying to chase you down?
Oh, sure.
It sounded intense.
Yeah, it has been. We actually there were two. I just finished there was a big band project for somebody else's record, but I, orchestrated all the parts and produced the horn sessions and all that. So we wrapped that up at the same time that we just wrapped up all the tracking for it's basically a jazz trumpet concerto that was written for me, and it's full orchestra. I mean,
Wow.
this is the greatest time to do a project like this with a full orchestra and the rhythm section. And,
Yeah.
somehow we did it. I don't know how we did it, but the subject is it's a dear friend of mine that I grew up with named Justin Morel, a composer, and he has a son that is on the spectrum of autism. He's nonverbal.
Okay.
And so, Justin wrote this magnus opus that goes through all of the things, all of the emotions that you deal with raising, a child. Well, he's not a child anymore. He's 16 years old. This nonverbal and all the challenges, all the love, all the opportunities, all the joy, and so it's a 12 movement piece. It's
Wow.
a theme and variations, 11 variations. And oh my goodness, it's just a brilliant piece of work. And so we did three long sessions with strings, and we did two long sessions with woodwinds, and we had a choir. I saw Kate Reed said hello here.
Yeah.
She was singing in the choir as well, and we did 3 sessions with the rhythm section with David Shiverton and Tal Cohen and
Wow.
Dan Kerr, and then I had to play all these all these trumpet parts, and it's just one of the most beautiful things I've ever been a part of. I'm
Wow.
so looking forward to sharing it with everyone and just getting to share the narrative, which is the story of this father and son
Right.
going through a human experience together. And and if anything, I hope that the piece will just shed a light on the fact that there's so many different human beings out there. We're all out here having our own experience, and sometimes there's judgment that goes along with that, and there's misunderstanding that goes along with that. And if there's that, we can't really have much compassion.
Right.
So I hope with anything, if anything, we can raise awareness of compassion to the human experience through a project like this,
Right.
and through a narrative, through a story like this.
Well, it's and for better or for worse, we've really been at home with the family. In our in our before lives, we could be out as much as we had to be, and now we've just been in. And so it's, if anything that's going on in the house it's going to get elevated.
Yeah, it's really it's a challenge and an opportunity to
Absolutely.
be home together all the time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I mean our household is very harmonious, and we all had to figure out how to live together again too, because
Right.
I'm always, I haven't been home this much, and I haven't not traveled like this since I was 14 years old,
Wow.
So it's been great for me, but then, everybody else has to adjust to me being home.
Right. Right.
And we all have those things that, everything comes to the forefront. Whatever the issues are,
Absolutely.
we're going to have to deal with them right now.
Yeah.
And that's a very good thing. It's not easy sometimes, but it's what needs to be done.
It's kind of like a microcosm of what we're seeing in the bigger part of the outside world. So,
Very much
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
So I want to go back a few years and show Jazz Heads. What can you tell us about that?
Oh, so that was a record that I did. That's the one I was talking about after I did the Beatles project. We did a record called Wobbly Dance Flower, and it was my opportunity to do a record with one of my mentors and heroes, musical heroes, Bob Mentzer, uh, who I just adore. Um, and so I wrote a bunch of tunes on a plane, basically before the session, and and things that I knew that we could get through. And this is a tune I called it Jazz Hits because he was the chair of the jazz department at USC, and and I'm honored to get to chair the jazz department at Frost. Um, so and I always loved, I remember when I was a kid, I heard him play bass clarinet with Jaco Pastorius in his big
Sure.
band. And I loved the way he played bass clarinet. It was just a really special, unique voice on the bass clarinet. And so I knew I wanted Bob to play some bass clarinet on this record. So this is Jazz Heads.
All right, so I'm going to leave you on there. Give me a thumbs up if you hear this.
Good.
Sweet.
It's fun to
You know,
see
my-
my Los Angeles bandmates there. I miss them so much. Gene Coy on drums and Jerry Watts on bass, Zane Carney on guitar, Joe Bagg on organ, and Bob, of
Great.
course.
Man, Bob sounded so good. And, you know, my favorite kind of tunes, honestly, are just those groovy, simple, you know, nice melodies. And they're just so happy. I loved it.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I wanted to do a music video where Bob and I were just going out in like a county fair and having ice cream together. Like it's that kind of
Oh, that'd have been good. That'd have been good. Big old thing of cotton candy sticking on your faces and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Like the beginning of a TV theme or something.
Exactly.
Exactly.
The Odd Couple.
Right. Perfect. Did you want to mention this?
Yeah,
next one?
so we're going to play another song from Quarantena and want to just remind everybody and you know, tell them to run out and get tickets for the South Florida Jazz concert series, the opening, the very, you know, yeah, the opening of the series. And you're going to get your tickets at southfloridajazz.org. It's going to be a live concert, virtual, of course, but they will be playing live from Gusman Hall. Gonzalo Rubalcaba on the piano and Carlo DeRosa on the bass, Daphnis Prieto on drums, Sammy Figueroa on percussion, and of course the amazing John Daversa on trumpet, playing this really just beautiful, moving music about family and about, you know, togetherness. So get your tickets. You're going to watch it, you know, Saturday at 8. But
Best seats in the house.
You're going to have the best seats in the house and the best sound in the house, and you can have the best food and drink if
Yeah.
you'd like. You can do whatever you want, but definitely check that out. Do you have the other flyer so that we could show who else is coming up,
I do.
or you want to do that after? We could do it after.
We'll do that after.
Okay, we'll do that after. So the important thing is this Saturday night is the opening night of the series, and it features this amazing music.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about this next tune we're going to play, which is Soldado.
Soldado distinguido
Para-
Sargento Alvin York.
Wow, your Spanish is
I,
sounding
I,
nice.
I'm trying to,
Yeah.
not sound too street
Claro,
food.
distinguido. Yeah, this is a song that I wrote. My mom's family are direct relatives of Sergeant Alvin York, the war hero of World War I. And so I was always, you know, interested in his story and you know, his act of heroism. You know, he was a reluctant citizen to join the war effort because he didn't believe in war and killing another man, and was a very devout religious person. And then he was persuaded and changed his mind and felt like there was a better. He needed to do something, you know, and so, you know, I was thinking about that story, and I was thinking, you know, as much as we are cherishing our time with our families right now and being home, you know, not all of us are able to be with our families.
That is true.
And some family members haven't come home either. You know,
Right.
There are those realities that many people have to deal with on many different levels. So this is a little bittersweet, this song, but I wanted to nod my head to Sergeant Alvin York on this.
All right, so we're gonna do the same thing where you're gonna tell us that you're hearing it, so
Sure.
so everything is good. Beautiful.
Haunting.
Really moving.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I haven't heard that in a long time. I should hear it again.
It's always nice when you've taken a step back and you haven't heard something that you worked so hard on, and then all of a sudden you hear it and you're like, yeah, I don't suck. Like that feeling of
I was actually going to ask you that, John. Are you one of those people that has a hard time hearing yourself?
It's when I hear that, it's almost like it's not really me. It's something that happened a while ago. I don't feel attached to it.
Right.
So in that way, no, it's okay because I don't feel an attachment. It's like somebody else played that. It belongs to the universe now.
Beautiful.
In the moment,
is there a period though? Is there like a 2-week period where you just cannot listen to it? Because once it's out there. But like when you're recording it and playing back and mixing and all that, are you like super picky?
Honestly, I don't think I'm. There's a point where you get saturated with it because you've just heard it so many times.
Yeah.
Right.
Going through the mixes and trying to perfect and refine. Not perfect actually, but refine.
Yeah.
To the point where you feel like, okay, that's what the expression is. That's where it sits. So there's a fatigue of it for sure. It's funny. When I was younger, I think so for right now, usually it feels like when I play or when I'm recording, I should say, it feels like, oh, that was the worst thing probably I've ever played. I'm so embarrassed. And then when I hear it back, it's like, actually, that wasn't so bad.
Exactly.
And when I was younger, it was the opposite. I would play and think, that's probably pretty
Of course.
That was
And then I hear
burning.
it back and go, oh my God,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
That's true.
So something in between there.
Maturity.
Yeah, right. Wisdom and all
Wisdom.
that. Good things we get to say about ourselves as we get a little older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited to see the show on Saturday. I think
Me
it's
too.
gonna be so
Yeah.
fun and yeah, I can't wait. I thank you so much for bringing your music to us and letting us kind of
Oh yeah.
into the dig the dirt with you, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't really get into the dirt. I'm ready for that.
We just have to do another show. I mean, this is our second time we're trying to get something really juicy, and
Well, you know
No,
what I wanted to
it's
add.
always
We did
fascinating.
have a comment from Dave Fernandez that was asking about the name. If I don't know if you know yet, but the name of the recording about the autism.
Oh yes, the piece is called "All Without Words."
Okay.
Just the
Without.
son
Oh,
is
that's
nonverbal.
beautiful. Yeah.
So, and that's why even I mentioned Kate Reed is singing in the choir, and there is a choir, but of course there's no text.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, it's a journey of a father and a son,
And
all without words.
Do you know when it will be coming out?
April is
Okay.
Autism Awareness Month, so we're gonna push really hard. It's somewhere between crazy and insane to try and get it out that fast, but we're gonna try and get it out in April.
Great. Well, you
Yeah,
let
thank
us
you
know
for
so we can let everybody know. That'll be great.
I really appreciate this platform that you have created for all of us and for this community to let everybody know about the concert on Saturday.
Oh, it's our pleasure. We're beyond ecstatic that some live music is happening again. It's
Yeah,
little
me
by
too.
little, safely. That's the big thing. I know that people were all jumping at the bit again to get out there and play. But there is not just for ourselves. There's a responsibility that we have to the fans, the people that need the music and want the music. We don't want to endanger anybody. So this is a really great way of doing live music and presenting it and keeping everybody safe.
We need the live music, the expression, the human element,
the
more
humanity,
than
just
ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Really important.
Yeah. And,
And easy, it's easy to say, and we're most definitely preaching to the choir here, but it's very easy to devalue what the arts mean in our lives,
Right.
as human beings. So we just have to keep trumpeting that.
Yeah, for sure.
No pun
No
intended.
pun intended.
And even though there have been dark times, and there always probably will be, we thought a good song to end tonight on was
Here Comes the Sun.
because things are going to get better, for sure.
Yes.
With Kate Reed and the choir on this one.
There
by
you
the way,
go.
too.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
John, such a pleasure. It's always fascinating to talk with you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time and appreciate everything that you do for our community.
And good luck on Saturday night. We'll be there watching
Yeah,
from
definitely.
our homes.
I'm going to be practicing.
All righty.
Okay, good. Here is, that was John Daversa, and Here Comes the Sun. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Oh, we should make sure. Beautiful tune, amazing arrangement and performances, and a great sentiment for if somebody could just every day say to me, "It's all right. It's going to be all right." I'll be okay.
Yeah.
So that was we just want to thank our partners in crime for doing this each and every week. We've got the Gold Coast Jazz Society, and you can check them out on goldcoastjazz.org. We've got the Sunshine Jazz Organization, SJO, at sunshinejazz.org. We've got, of course, the Miami Jazz Cooperative at miamijazz.org. And this week we're kind of talking a lot about southfloridajazz.org because we've got this amazing concert coming up this Saturday night. John Daversa Quintet, Quarantina with Family at Home, featuring Gonzalo Rubalcaba, Carlo De Rosa, Daphnis Prieto, and Sammy Figueroa. And that's going to be live streamed from Gusman Hall Saturday, January 16th at 8 p.m. You can get your tickets and all the details at southfloridajazz.org. But that is just the beginning of this beautiful series, because in February, they're going to have the Joe Locke Quartet, and in March, the Dan Tepfer solo piano concert, and in April, the David Kikoski Quartet. So lots to look forward to, really great, beautiful concert series, and we're happy to be partnering with them and this endeavor, and we're glad to see them doing stuff. So want to let you know what's coming up in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be the Brazilian January,
Yes.
because we've got Phil Fest, who's a beautiful guitarist, and he's kind of his CD release event. So we'll be talking and hearing some live music from Phil Fest, and then
Closing
out January.
I'm sorry, January.
yeah.
I jumped to February, didn't I?
No, don't do that.
Don't want to do that.
Slow down. And closing out January is two of my favorite people, Rose Max and Ramachis Moraes. I never think of his last name because it's always just Rose and
It's
Ramachis.
Rose,
Yeah.
R&R.
Beautiful, guitarist and singer, and great, amazing people. Which it seems like I say that every week, but we are so lucky that all of these, we have just so many fantastic musicians in our community that are also amazing human beings, and for that we are so grateful. Anyway, stay safe, have a fantastic week, and we hope to see you next week.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.